few years ago, I thought I could never wear dungarees. I was too big, had too much of a tummy, dungarees were for children or for decorating in. But then this little company called Lucy and Yak exploded onto the scene and suddenly everyone was wearing dungarees. And I thought, well, maybe I can too. So today I am sharing 5 dungaree patterns that work really well no matter what size you are. 3 of which I have made and worn and loved, and 2 I really cannot wait to try out. Because it turns out there's no such thing as too old or too big for dungarees. So the first pair of dungarees I ever tried was the Heyday Dungarees by Waves and Wild. These were so popular when they first came out, a good maybe 6 or 7 years ago, because they are very similar in style to the Lucy and Yak dungarees, and everybody loved them. I have now made 4 pairs of the Heyday Dungarees, plus 2 for my daughter Mia. Unfortunately, I have grown a little bit since I first made them, so although they are fantastic patterns, they no longer actually fit me, and I do need to make some more, and I definitely will because I wore them so much and I miss them. They come in a size extra small to 7XL, and you can choose to finish the straps with either a buttonhole or a loop, and then they have all the classic details like 5 patch pockets including one at the front, and you can add some embellishments. I really liked adding a little label to the front patch pocket, very similar in style to the Lucy and Yak ones. They also work in loads of fabrics, so you can have a lot of fun with bright, bold patterned cotton poplins if that's your kind of thing, or you can keep it simple. Corduroy, denim, chambray. I've made them in linen, and my favourites were made in a vintage washed cotton. They were so good. I was a little bit concerned that I looked like a big marshmallow, which my husband said I did, but in the best possible way, so I guess that's okay. Next up is the Pattern Emporium SeaChange Jumpsuit. Now technically this is classed as a jumpsuit because you don't need to wear a t-shirt underneath. It can be worn on its own and can be made in much looser, floatier fabrics, but this is my video and I love them and I wear them all the time as a pair of dungarees with a t-shirt underneath, so I'm going to add them anyway. So again, I have made this pattern quite a few times, but my absolute favourites are these blue linen chambray ones. The linen chambray is quite a structured fabric, which I ended up altering to include buttonholes at the front to attach the straps, because the style of the pattern meant that I either needed to open up the straps or add a back opening in order to get it up and down over my hips. So I added some little buttonholes at the front, and I love how that looks. They have really wide leg trousers, and then you can also choose whether to do thicker or thinner straps, and you have the option of adding a waist tie as well, which I really like doing for a little bit of definition. This pattern goes up to a 50-inch bust and a 54-inch hip, so it's not as inclusive as it could be, but there is so much ease through the pattern. My hips are bigger than 54 inches and I still wear them all the time, and there's lots of room to spare. Next up is a pattern that I have actually been making this week, and it is these Leo dungarees from By Hand London. I have been wanting to make these dungarees forever, probably since they first came out, but I was a little unsure. But I've been thinking about them, and you know when you just can't get an idea out of your head, so I decided to give them a go, and I made them in this gorgeous double gauze linen mix that I bought from Lamazi Fabrics, and they are so comfortable. I am so happy with them, and I will be wearing them every day throughout the rest of the summer whilst we are dealing with the heat. Now these do class as dungarees because you need to wear a top underneath, but they require a much less structured fabric than your typical dungaree. So I guess the specifics of what classes as dungarees can be kind of loose. So we have a lined bib that is attached to the balloon leg trousers, and they are pleated into the bib. The sides are finished with bias binding, and then we have strap ties at the top as well. Then the hem is brought in with elastic. Now, next time I think I need to shorten the legs a little bit because the elastic hem keeps sliding underneath my feet as I'm walking. I also didn't add pockets, which I might live to regret. I didn't add pockets because the fabric is so light, so I didn't want to distort it in any way. But I might live to regret that one. All in all though, I really could not be happier that I have finally made these dungarees. They go up to a size 34, which is a 69-inch hip, but there is so much ease in them. So although my sizing meant I spanned a few different sizes, I ended up going for the middle and they're perfect. The only thing about the Leos, however, is that the crotch sits very, very low. That's how they're supposed to. But I don't know about you, but my thighs cannot get enough of each other, and that burning love can get a little bit irritating. But thanks to the sponsors of today's video, that is no longer a problem. Snag's Chub Rub shorts have been the answer to all my problems. I've tried other anti-chafe shorts before, but they were always thicker, they left me hotter, and they would slide or roll up and down my legs. But these Chub Rub shorts from Snag are made for the summer heat. They are made in sizes 4 to 36 in a moisture wicking fabric that stays in place. They even have a cooling mesh gusset which keeps you cooler, and they come in loads of different colours as well. New customers can get 15% off their first order with my link, and there is so much more to discover than just the Chub Rub shorts. So head on over to Snag using my link in the description below and get 15% off your first order today. Next up are two pairs of dungarees that are very high up on my list of ones that I want to try. The first are the Yanta Overalls by Helen's Closet. These are a real worker wear style pair of dungarees. They're very laid back, very sort of artist in style. They're the kind of dungarees that you can wear to do the gardening, to go out for walks, to muck around with the kids, or do the decorating. They go up to a 58-inch hip and have all the classic details, like the V-shaped straps at the back, the pointed front patch pockets at the front and back. There's no bib at the front, but there is some darts giving some shaping at the front of the bib and at the back as well. And these work really well in medium to heavier weight fabrics like denim, canvas, cotton twill, that sort of thing. The final pattern that I really want to sew are the Rhinecliff Overalls by Cashmerette. Now Cashmerette are made for curves, so I'm feeling fairly confident that these ones will work well for me. The lined bib actually has bust darts, which is going to give some shaping and stop the bib from gaping anywhere. They also do this by adding some elastic at the back, which helps give a little bit more shape and definition as well as eliminating the gaping. To help get them up and down, there is also a zip at the side, and then they have all the classic details like the patch pockets, and they even include lots of top stitching. So if you're making these in a denim, you can get a really authentic look. They go up to a size 32, which is a 62-inch hip, and I really especially love the green cotton twill pair in the samples on their website. I think they are beautiful. Whilst I've been making my Leo dungarees this week, I have been using the new sewing room feature on Sweaty Set Go to help me keep track of my progress, which has been fantastic. I've been able to add little to-do tasks and tick them off each day, and I've even been able to add notes for the future, such as next time you make these, make sure to shorten the legs. I just need to head out and get some photos now to add to my gallery. If you haven't checked out Sweaty Set Go, it is a free online sewing community hub that I set up, meaning you can connect, share, have conversations with people who sew all over the world. Plus, you can join me every single week in the online sewing socials that I run as part of the premium features. So head on over to sweatysetgo.com and register now. So there you have it. It turns out I can wear dungarees, and I will continue to do so. If you'd like to find out some other tummy friendly sewing patterns that I have been loving, I have a couple of other videos which I think you will really enjoy watching. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you've made dungarees, what pattern you've made, or have I inspired you to give them a go. Have a fantastic day and I'll see you all soon. Bye.